Running a successful photography business can be challenging enough during the good economic times, but when the inflation rate is at its highest it's been in 40 years, how do you cope with that? In some ways it's as simple as applying Business 101 principles, but it gets a little bit trickier if you're selling something that can be considered non-essential by some consumers. Let's take a look at some of the proven steps for keeping your photography business afloat and turning a profit. You may have heard the statistic that 60% of photographers give up their business in the first year. So what are the other 40% doing right? What are the six-figure photographers doing that you can be doing too? Just like every other service business, photography isn't immune from these common challenges, like finding new clients, retaining current clients, running an efficient workflow, scaling your business while remaining competitive, managing expenses such as labor, fuel, gear rental or replacements, whilst also staying creatively fresh and relevant, and learning how to avoid burnout and staying positive and motivated. That's a lot to take in, and it makes it even harder when there is a recession. But the question is, what is a recession anyway? Given the challenges of running a successful photography business in the good times, how can you adjust your business to survive and thrive even in economic trials? Let's start with the current financial climate. The news is full of experts debating about whether or when and how deep a recession might be, and that speaks to the inexact nature of the definition of even an official declaration. In a recent Forbes article titled "What is a Recession?", it delivers a broad explanation. A recession is a significant decline in economic activity that lasts for months or even years. The causes of recession can range from excessive debt to sudden economic shock to asset bubble, too much inflation or deflation. But the bottom line is that it's a documented period of economic decline that is felt by almost everyone on some level, but some more than others. What happens to a photography business in a recession? It's easy to imagine that some businesses survive while others fail based on the type of clients they serve and whether the value or demand for the photography services that they provide outweighs their clients' need to cut back on spending. If your client is having a wedding, they'll likely still have a wedding photographer, although they might purchase a less expensive package or cut back on other services like a second shooter or a videographer. Factor in the slowdown in the photography business during the COVID pandemic and the subsequent resurgence from the pent-up demand, and it's easy to feel like we're riding the peaks and valleys of a giant economic roller coaster. Just as you feel hopeful and are capitalizing on the biggest wedding booms in 40 years, the highest inflation in 40 years is poised to pull the rug from right underneath you. So let's look at some steps that you can take to carry your photography business through difficult times, from a slow season to a full-blown recession. Number 1, track your revenue. If you don't already use one, get yourself a good accounting system. Even better if scheduling, payments and product sales are automated so you get comprehensive reports to evaluate your progress. A clearer awareness of your financial picture can allow you to pivot quickly when it's necessary. Once you have the reports, analyze what is coming in and take stock of which services and products are performing best. Next, look at ways in which you can use this knowledge to increase your overall profit. Some options might be to include a slight increase in the price of your popular session, or opening availability for that service type so that you can add more bookings. An online scheduling tool can simplify price and availability adjustments, your booking process, and even automatically create client galleries to leave you more time for shooting those extra sessions. Another easy way to increase, or at least maintain, your profits is to increase your product pricing by 5 to 10%. Nearly everyone has increased their prices and shipping fees in the last 12 months to cover the high expenses during this period of inflation. Photographers of every speciality have seen their own business expenses go up due to the fuel costs, shipping fees, flight prices, or even studio rent increases. To ensure your profits don't come up short due to these changes, your price list needs to increase too. Look around you in your community and globally. What are others in the industry doing well that is applicable to your business? It is always a good time to strengthen ties with your community. Make time to connect with your network of peers and share ideas as well. Step number 2 is diversify your income. Speaking of pivoting, how can you do that effectively? Maybe you determine that one area of specialization, like legal, insurance, construction, photo documentation, is more immune to economic swings, so you pursue more business in that area. Perhaps you identify that product photography clients also need video of new products, and you already have the studio and lighting to make that happen for them as a one-stop resource. Most importantly, take the time to identify opportunities to use your existing skills and equipment for other genres of application. For example, if wedding photography bookings are down, try pivoting to include any of the following: courthouse weddings or elopements, fashion or product photography service. All those years studying and styling and shooting wedding details have you off to a good start. You could try couples, maternity or family sessions for past wedding clients in your contact list as their family grows. At the start of the year, headshots or portraits for other business owners or creative professionals in your wedding and personal networks are going to be needed. Number 3, get creative Be flexible and think outside the box. As with any successful business owner, creativity and innovation are often effective antidotes for an ailing economy and reduced income. Remember the old saying, necessity is the mother of invention. When necessity demands, be imaginative. Identify needs in your community and ways you can address them. For example, communities were looking for ways to acknowledge their graduates during the pandemic. Photographers designed and sourced yard signs and door posters, increasing their profit, or completed senior sessions from earlier in the year. Don't be afraid to put your ideas into action. If you need examples to share on social media for work you want to create, do a model call or get friends and family to model for you. You could even get in front of the camera yourself and make use of your camera remote or timer functions. Anything goes. One thing that I like to do each year is I like to plan a headshot party at the office complex that I have my current office in. What I do is I invite all of the businesses round here in the building to come into the function room and get their new headshots for their website or their LinkedIn profiles, or just because. That also gives those businesses a chance to network and meet and greet with other people that they may be able to get work from. Obviously, it would not be right for me to take 100% of the profits of that event, so what I do is I split it 50-50 with the office building itself and who runs it. It's a great way to network and meet new people and potentially get another job from them as well. And tip number 4, wow and delight your photography clients. Make your client experience your number one priority. When your clients are thrilled with your services, products and responsiveness, they're likely to keep coming back, and they are more inclined to refer others to you. In my photography business, a lot of my work comes through 1, posting my photos on Instagram, if that's still allowed, 2, client referrals. Word of mouth is hands down the best form of marketing you can ever rely on. If you head over to my website, connorwells.com, it's linked down below, and head over to the page that says testimonials and have a read at the enormous amount of client testimonials. I've got so many messages saying, we've read your testimonials, we'd love to book you for our wedding, for this job, for this video shoot. And it is a no-brainer to start getting client testimonials from your clients, and also giving them an experience that makes them want to give a testimonial. Keep your finger on the pulse of what clients need or want most in terms of services and products by reviewing your reports. You could even take a quick poll in an email newsletter if you have a responsive client base. Clear and prompt communication keeps them engaged, and you can never be overly clear about what is included in your services and client contract, your image delivery timeline, etc. Quick and easy image galleries are great. I personally use WeTransfer and Portals. On Portals, what I do is I upload all of the photos that I've edited, obviously culling all the bad ones and out of focus, they might be blinking, pulling a funny face and all that stuff. What I do is I upload all the good ones to Portals, and it allows the client to star, favorite the photos, comment them without obviously letting them download them first, but they can select which photos they want. Giving the client the option to choose which photos they want to have on their Instagram and which photos they want to use on their website is great. Quick turnaround on images, whether it's a sneak preview or up to a dozen images in a day, or 2, an entire gallery delivered slightly ahead of your set timeline. One thing that I absolutely swear by when it comes to my photography business is under promise but over deliver. If, say, you've got a regular client and they've paid for example, 20 photos, you'd say deliver them 25 or 30 photos. They're going to be so much more inclined to book you for another shoot. It's all about those little things. Also, what I do when I've done a photo session for somebody is I send them out some printed photos, 5 6x3 photos in an envelope with my business cards in there, and also a discount code that they can use on my website for booking their next shoot. It's those little things that will keep the client coming back and thinking, yeah, this is the photographer I want to work with, because 1, their communication was great, 2, they delivered the photos ahead of schedule, which at the end of the day, the client's always going to be wanting the photos the next day. Not always possible, but if you can give the photos to them, say, a week before they were due, perfect. So I hope you found this video useful. If you got some value from it, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below some other videos that you'd like to see from me on this channel. Thanks very much for watching, and have a great day.